After all the racing weeks we've had so far, it's time, sadly, for one of our teams to get eliminated. Here in the DCL Eagle Cup, our next stage of the World Championship title for 2025. With the Drone Champions League, I'm Matt Andrews, and we're going to start into the rebounds. After Phoenix Racing lost 18 points to 11 in the opening round against STT, and Quad Force 1 lost 18 points to 12 against the wildcard team, they find themselves on the right-hand side of the bracket where nobody wants to be. This is where the rebound rounds are found, and if you lose one of these, you're out of the Eagle Cup. The first pilots on each team welcome Atakan and It's D for Phoenix against Cali and West for Quad Force 1. Some well-known pilots here in the DCL and some well-known pilots internationally as well. Atakan, very well-known on the international circuit. Cali, by far the quickest pilot of all the women racers in America. Recently seen at the World Games representing the United States, and right in the mix of the pack here, Atakan just ahead of her, and ahead of him it's D. The two Phoenix pilots are out in front. Atakan only just getting into the triple corkscrew there. Almost looked like he was about to turn the wrong way, but in fact turned out of it very nicely. So here he is just nudging past It's D on one turn, and then It's D just slips past him on the inside of the next, and it just flip-flops back between them. Where are Quad Force 1? Cali a few seconds behind. West FPV and Cali both had a problem on the first lap. On one of the corkscrews, Cali recovered very quickly and moved on from there. West FPV is an enormous amount of time behind, so if there's anything going to happen in this top two, which is of the dark blue rather than the light blue colour, it's got to be Cali catching It's D, and I think she's fast enough to do it, but maybe not on this track, as It's D and ahead of him Atakan have got this pretty dialed in. You can just see Atakan going through the A2RL corkscrew, and It's D behind him, a second behind him now. Atakan coming out of the castle, weaving towards that triple. There it is, corkscrew through the first two gates, and then a hard right 180 out of it. Atakan wins this by nearly 1.4 seconds over his teammate. Cali is followed by West. Not too far behind for Cali, just about 2 seconds, but West many more than that. That's Atakan's first win this year in the DCL. You'll see on the first lap here, Cali heading towards the corkscrew. She hits it. West goes very far off track. Cali, as I said earlier, with the better recovery, but from that point on, it was all Phoenix all the way to the finish. However, in the second race, it can't be like that, because Phoenix have only got one pilot flying. Nobody else available, but Min Jae Kim, if you're going to have one pilot, he's one of the very best there is. So he for Phoenix against Annihilation Robo and Hyper for Quad Force 1, and this is their opportunity to get a lot of points past Phoenix, as of course Phoenix are limited to how many they can score, but Min Jae plans on getting 4 points for the win, and he's hit the A2RL corkscrew, and that's put him into second and now third. That is the exact opposite of what they needed. Now Hyper leads everybody into the triple corkscrew, and Annihilation Robo is battling with Min Jae, and Min Jae just squeezes past of him, so now Annihilation Robo tries to go through on the inside, hits the lamppost, turn too soon, oh no, he's hit it again, and the pylon that's sticking out from it. That's so unfortunate for him, but I know what he's doing there. He desperately wants to get back into that chase and doesn't want to lose any more time, but unfortunately just got tangled there, wouldn't get away from it before trying to turn again. Min Jae is on the hunt to the Orca corkscrew, where he's gone past Hyper, as Hyper hit the left and the right of the first gate, rattled around between them and lost nearly 5 seconds. This race from Min Jae in the lead to Min Jae in last. We'll see Min Jae well into the final lap, out in front by some distance now. I don't think Hyper could close that gap, and no, he's hit the A2RL corkscrew and lost more time there as his rhythm has gone. Min Jae threads through the Orca triple with no problem and takes the 4 points that he really wanted to get on his own for Phoenix Racing. Here comes Hyper to the finish. Annihilation Robo will come in third. So an unusual result here, as Min Jae winning it gets 4, but Quad Force 1 outscore him with 5. It's the first win for Min Jae in 2025 in the Drone Champions League, which might come as a surprise, but his team were eliminated very early in the Falcon Cup earlier this year, so he didn't get a lot of chances. Now, he's gone and got a race win here, as Atakan did in the first one. That means Phoenix have an 11 points to 8 lead as we go to the DCL Big Heat, with all 7 of the 8 possible pilots racing. This is an unusual situation. Let's make it simple. If Phoenix win this, they definitely knock out Quad Force 1. So Quad Force 1 have got to get the win and then some more points in their favour. But at the moment, it's all of Phoenix in the first, second and third places. West just fighting amongst them with Hyper and Cali nearby. Annihilation Rover not too far behind, and Minjay, this brilliant international pilot, all the way to the back after just getting his first win. That's the first problem, and a big problem for Phoenix. Hyper is the one in the lead, which is exactly what they needed, remember. It's Atakan now just scraping by him, and it's D wanting to pounce too. Cali in the fight here, and West, who was such a brilliant pilot when he made his debut last year with the wildcard team, he is just lagging a little bit further behind, out of the scoring points at the moment. Atakan still in this battle with Hyper, less than a tenth between them. Atakan alongside, into the triple corkscrew, through the Orca gates they all fly. Cali just making a small mistake at the back of it, loses the fourth place she was in, and West steps up to take that. Minjay still at the back, Atakan still out in the front. This is going to be the end of Quad Force 1 in the Eagle Cup if Hyper or one of the other pilots in dark blue doesn't get past Atakan. And he's flowing so nicely towards the castle, and there's not a lot with Hyper just nudging in front of him now into the triple. This is where Hyper lost the lead on the previous race. Is he going to get it from Atakan? He does! What happens behind them? It's D third, and West FPV gets fourth. What an amazing finish to this battle between Phoenix and Quad Force 1. Hyper just placing ahead of Atakan. He absolutely had to get past him. And what a battle those two pilots gave us on those final turns, and all the pressure on their shoulders. And of course, maybe the memory of a mistake here and there. But no, Hyper just turning through him. There, into the corkscrew, was in front. Both of them flew it so well. Hyper just hangs on by 600ths of a second, but behind him it's not quite enough from the other pilots for Quad Force 1. It is 16 points to 13 for Phoenix Racing. They'll continue in the Eagle Cup, and sadly, Quad Force 1, they're eliminated after their 2 races. But we'll see them again later on in 2025 when the Hawk Cup begins. For now, Phoenix Racing will go on to the next stage. They'll stay in the rebounds, fighting for their survival, so make sure you join us for the next action here in the DCL Eagle Cup with our teams battling and racing in such brilliant competitions like you've just seen. Next time, we'll see the China Dragons battling against the reigning world champions Cyclone Racing, and they are both in a rebound elimination race as well. So one of them has to leave. Is it going to be the world champions already? Join us next time to find out. I'm Matt Andrews, and I'll see you in the skies.